Dear fellow Singaporeans, to outsiders, Singapore is a developed nation with high per capita GDP and the Swiss standard of living. Yet, in our heartlands, we have people who struggle to pay their bills and who barely see increases in their salaries for many years. A recent survey found that two-thirds of working locals did not have enough savings to last them beyond 6 months. It is as if we are two distinct countries in one small island. How did that happen? Our government has a blind faith that we have to keep growing the economic pie before we can share it. Over the past 3 decades, we have brought in many migrant workers at low wages to chase for growth at all costs. In 2001, our non-resident workforce stood at over 680,000. Today, the number has more than doubled to 1.42 million. The vast majority of them are low-wage workers holding work permits and S passes. Our locals who have moved into higher wage sectors have earned decent wages. But Singaporeans who work in the same domestic job sectors as low-wage migrant workers have found their wages depressed. Today, there are over 100,000 Singaporeans who earn a take-home full-time pay of less than $1,300 per month. This is below the $1,300 per month that an average 4-person household in Singapore would need to spend each month on basic necessities such as food, clothing, and shelter. There is a large number of Singaporean families, invisible to many, who have difficulties making ends meet, even though their breadwinners are working hard to provide for them. I see that every day in the past 3 months as we give cooked food to several low-income communities in the Marine Parade GRC. The Workers' Party believe in growing the economic pie sustainably and in sharing the pie equitably for Singaporeans. This is more important than ever in this time of crisis. We need to urgently commit to tackle inequality. We must state our commitment by giving low-wage workers a dignified salary. We call for all working Singaporeans to receive a minimum take-home pay of $1,300 per month for full-time work, with wages for part-time work prorated. Beyond work, there must be a national strategy to combat poverty. The Workers' Party had actively called for the government to publish an annual State of Social Protection report to measure our progress in fighting poverty and in social mobility. We want to empower vulnerable groups to move up the social protection steps to become more self-reliant. This measure should form part of the key performance indicators of how the government is doing to help those trapped in low wages and in poverty. My fellow Singaporeans, our pledge talks about equality. Let us walk the talk. You can let those in power know that you want a better Singapore for us and for our children. Make your vote count. Vote the Workers' Party.